Hello, and welcome back to Finally Relax. I'm Emma, and today we're talking about something that might sound counterintuitive at first. Why forcing positive thoughts can actually worsen your depression. You heard that right? We're all taught to think positively when we feel bad. But what if that exact advice is pulling you deeper into a hole? Stick around, because today we're unveiling a truth that will change your understanding of mental health forever. Isab? Let's start with point 1. The trap of toxic positivity. You've probably heard it. Someone tells you, just be positive, or just think about something nice. And for a moment, you might even feel guilty for not being able to The problem is, depression isn't just a matter of attitude. It's a complex condition that brings with it real, deep emotions and often physiological changes. When you or others impose a positive-only mindset, your true feelings are suppressed. And suppressed feelings don't just disappear. They fester in the background and can manifest as increased stress, anxiety, or even physical ailments. It's like trying to force the lid onto a boiling pot. The pressure just builds up even more. Your emotions are valid, even when they are painful. Moving on to point 2, resistance creates suffering. Many of us have been taught to fight negative emotions. We see sadness as weakness, fear as something to be overcome. But when you fight against your feelings, you give them even more power. Imagine you're stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle and fight, the deeper you sink. The same applies to emotions. Fighting them not only consumes an incredible amount of energy, but paradoxically intensifies the feeling itself. Suffering often arises not from the emotion itself, but from the resistance to it. Acceptance, on the other hand, is not resignation, but a strategy to end the struggle and create space for change. Point 3. The importance of emotional validation. When you tell yourself that you shouldn't be sad, you invalidate your own feelings. This is a form of emotional invalidation that can be just as painful as if someone else were doing it. Imagine telling a friend about your pain and they just respond, "Oh, just think positively." How would that make you feel? Probably misunderstood and alone. That's exactly what you do to yourself when you reject your own emotions. True healing begins with acknowledging your feelings. Yes, this is how I feel right now. And that's okay. Only when we allow our feelings to be present can we begin to understand them and deal with them constructively. Next up, point 4, focusing on the how instead of the what. Traditionally, we often focus on what we feel: sadness, anxiety, anger. And then we try to change that what, often through positive affirmations. But much more important than the what is the how you approach these feelings. Do you approach them with rejection, struggle, or with acceptance and curiosity? Imagine you see a thunderstorm approaching. You can't wish the clouds away. But you can decide whether to panic or to find a safe place and observe the natural spectacle. The change isn't in the feeling itself, but in your reaction to it. It's not about thinking depression away, but about developing a healthier way to manage it. And now to point 5, authenticity versus façade. Many of us have learned to put on a mask of cheerfulness, especially when we feel miserable. We don't want to burden others, or we feel ashamed of our depression. But this façade, however well-intentioned, only isolates us further. It prevents us from experiencing genuine connection and support, because no one can help you if they don't know how you're truly doing. Authenticity doesn't mean constantly wallowing in your pain, but acknowledging what is and giving yourself permission to be human, with all its ups and downs. It's about being honest with yourself, because that's the only way you can truly heal. So what do we learn from this? True mental strength isn't about suppressing negative feelings, but about acknowledging them and learning to mindfully move through them. It's a path of acceptance, validation, and constructive engagement with what is. You have the power to walk this path. I hope this perspective has helped you better understand depression and your own emotions. Which of these points surprised you the most or resonated most strongly with you? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you're looking for more honest conversations about mental health, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Until then, remember, you have the power to finally relax.